Hey guys, this is Alex.
And Tyler.
And we're coming to you guys with another review series, different from everything else.
Yeah.
Specifically focusing on the DC Comics animated movies.
Yeah.
This isn't specifically the ones that they started with Superman Doomsday and onward. We're doing all of them.
Yeah. And this is going to be an alternating series with Settle for the Bronze.
Yeah.
It's going to be another bi-monthly series. We're just... and we'll do some little changes every now and then.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And so we're starting off with the first one, which is Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Now let's go ahead and say, Tyler here has no experience with any of these movies. I have some experience. I've probably watched maybe about half of them. There's almost 30 of them, I believe, in total. I probably watched about half of them. You have not seen any of them, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so...
Except for, obviously, Mask of the Phantasm, which we just watched.
Yeah. So just to let you guys know our experience with that. What'd you think?
I enjoyed it. It was good.
Well, good. What letter grade would you give it?
Probably a B.
Okay. Oh, just to state, we are not going to give the grades for each movie.
Yeah, like the ratings, Rotten Tomatoes, and all that.
Yeah. Just because it might be harder to find those scores, I'm not sure. But with some of the animated movies, they probably don't have a whole lot of critical scores, especially when they're straight to DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which this one actually got a theatrical release, but nobody saw it. It bombed horribly.
Oh. Ow. Yeah, I mean, there's things problems that I have that I'll get into, I guess. But overall, I like that it's just a very simple, straightforward story rather than and the fact that it's animated means they don't feel like they need, and the animated has been around for forever, and they know that with animation you can do pretty much anything that you can draw.
Yeah.
So it feels more straightforward and less flashy than a lot of comic book movies, where they try and rely heavy on CGI and stuff like that and make it big and spectacular. Where it feels this one feels like it's content to just make a story about Batman without having to freak out and do all this crazy stuff with it.
Yeah. It knows what it needs to accomplish.
Yeah.
I'd probably go with a B+.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the best origin story for Batman other than Batman Begins.
It's pretty cool.
They do a nice job of making a romance plot part of his motivation for being Batman, which, just hearing that without seeing the movie, you're like, that doesn't sound very good.
Yeah.
And then you watch the movie, it's like, okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
The relationship between Bruce and Andrea is great.
Yeah.
She is the best female interest in any of the
Batman
Batman movies,
yeah.
live action or
I agree.
animated.
I do agree.
She's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
She brings so much personality and depth. It's great.
Mm-hmm. I guess we should go ahead and jump into spoilers. I assume it's not a big deal for anybody, but just in case you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and watch it, I guess.
Yeah.
If you feel like it, I don't know. Well, and my main problem doesn't actually have to do with spoilers. My main problem is just the fact that it is dated animation. I mean, it's hand drawn, which is wonderful.
The people that love the animated series are gonna jump all over.
I know. But I'm just, and I mean, I understand that. It feels a lot like '60s comics.
Yeah.
To me, and not in the way it looks, but in the way that '60s comics, you have to have a very specific appreciation for the fact that they're very tight stories. Usually, stories that happen in one issue. Yeah. And they are very efficient and quick in what happens between panels. They don't try and highlight all the action and everything, and just the simpler way and the simpler art that '60s comics have, and the way that they're a little less intense and mature and stuff like that, and you just kind of enjoy them a little more, so rather than enjoying them on this is a super dark, gritty, deep story. I mean, this is not I'm not saying this isn't a dark movie, but I'm saying
it's pretty dark for a kids movie.
Yeah. But it is a kids movie, exactly. And the animation style is kind of fitting for that, where it's hand drawn, which means it looks great. Yeah. The style itself is great. Yeah. But the way the transition goes along, I can't put. I'm not like an animation expert or anything. I can just kind of tell from my personal feelings about it. Like there's just certain ways that the action plays out that it just looks a little odd. Like it looks a little off for me. Like maybe I think it's a little slow.
Yeah.
Because I mean it's necessary for them to do it like that to make sure that it looks smooth and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just looks a little bit weird to me, just as somebody who's not experienced with that animation style.
Yeah.
And my other thing is the fact that it's PG, which means that they can't really delve too hard into. Like there's some blood in the movie and stuff like that, but
there's more blood in this cartoon than there is in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. This is
does,
a problem.
Does nobody else see the problem?
I agree with the problem. But yeah, there's blood. I mean, it's not like I'm not saying it's childish.
Yeah.
But I feel like you can't do a Batman movie where the gangsters can't swear. Basically, like it's.
I'm surprised they allow them to smoke.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like which is what I'm saying, is it's a darker kids movie than most kids movies, but it's in order for it to be a really good Batman movie, I think you've got to have a little more mature element to it.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, definitely really enjoyed the style and the way the tone of the movie.
Yeah. And which it's funny. This is something that will change, and a common complaint for like the most recent DC animated movies that have come out, they're PG-13, and they're needlessly PG-13. Like they're like, we need to insert a bunch of swear words. We need to insert like all this violence that's really not necessary. That's what I've heard. So it'll be interesting, when we go through the series, just to see how it is.
We are going to go in chronological order, we should say.
Yes, we are. Like I said, it's probably one of the best versions of Batman's origin.
I agree.
I mean, it still doesn't show like his training and everything. It starts immediately like when he starts being the vigilante, and then it moves on from there and how he figures out I need to be Batman.
I like that it takes an original character through Andrea. It takes her and she's completely original as far as I know.
Yeah.
And it makes her really interesting and compelling, and you're interested in her character and her arc.
Did you call the twist with her?
I did not.
You didn't call this movie the Phantasm? Okay.
Yeah.
I the first time I saw this movie was when I was way too young, so obviously
you have no idea if you could have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean I wasn't like.
I think they do a good job of throwing up several red herrings. It's like it could be Arthur Reeves, it could be her dad.
Yeah.
She says it's her
dad. Her dad is what I was assuming at that point.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that the Joker figures it out. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
My favorite,
easily my favorite part of the movie is Joker.
Yeah.
No, Mark Hamill is my definitive Joker.
Yeah, he's very good. He's very good as Joker.
Yeah. Like as much as I love Heath Ledger and as much as I enjoy Jack Nicholson.
And there's no. We should also say there's no voice acting that's really bad in this movie.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
all of it's
very
great.
very good casting.
And it's funny whoever they got to voice Andrea ended up voicing Lois on the Superman animated series. Yeah.
Sure.
So obviously they liked her work a lot.
Yeah.
Everyone brings their A game to this. Mark Hamill has some of the best Joker lines ever. There's just several moments that are my favorite things ever for the Joker. I don't know. I'm kind of gushing all over it. I just love this.
Yeah, I really like him in it. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I like I really like the ending where he finds the medallion in the Batcave. So the assumption is that she did escape.
Yeah.
And
well, she does escape.
Yeah, and didn't kill the Joker.
Yeah.
Which seemed to be what she was leaning towards doing or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like that a lot. It's very subtle.
If we want to take this in continuity with the show, obviously Joker does keep showing up throughout.
Yeah, exactly.
This animated universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I never really considered that. I always thought that was like, oh, the implication was that she did kill him. But yeah, I guess, yeah, what you're saying.
I mean, that's just how I interpret it. Like, not even knowing the show, just it seems like that was kind of a sign that she didn't succumb to. Like, because it was like juxtaposed with I believe was it Alfred who was saying that he couldn't change her.
Yeah.
He couldn't change her when she was on a quest for vengeance and everything.
Yeah, like, she lost herself a long time ago, and not even you could have saved her.
Yeah, but then it's like, well, maybe he did.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually that chance.
And there's actually, in the Justice League Unlimited show.
Mm-hmm.
There's an episode that features the Batman Beyond character, Terry McGinnis, and it has a cameo with her as the Phantasm, and she's like an assassin for hire.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, it's just a little thing that's nice.
Funny.
That's why I like the DC animated universe they have set up from Batman the Animated Series to the Justice League show. It's just nice little connections.
Yeah, interesting. I would like to one day take a look at all that, but not really time at the moment.
That would take a while.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we just stick with the movies.
Exactly.
Yeah. How does this rank overall with Batman movies in general? Comparing this to like the live action movies.
Probably put it.
This has a lot more going on than any of the Burton Schumacher movies.
I was about to say.
I'm sorry to people who love the Burton movies.
Batman 89 or
Batman Returns. Go watch our Settle for the Bronze videos on Batman Returns or Batman Forever if you want more of that.
Yeah. I would put it right in between the Burton Schumacher and below the Nolan
movie. Yeah. I'd probably agree with that. So what exactly are your problems with the movie?
Well, just what I said with mostly the PG part.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the animation, as good as it looks, it also kind of has weird effects every now and then because it is hand drawn.
Yeah. My main problem with it is that they have to condense it down to 90 minutes. I feel like it could have gone on more.
Really? I think it's a very nice, tight.
I mean, it's nice and tight, but I feel like I don't know. You could have done more stuff. Like it's nice with what we got, but
I kind of feel. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's right about exactly what it needed to be.
One thing that kind of bothered me was the pace of Andrea and Bruce's relationship in the flashbacks. It's like the second time they meet, they're on the ground making out. And then they have they have the nice joke with Alfred walking in like, oh, and they just turns around and he does that twice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind it.
I mean, it's fine, but
I think they just need. I mean, I guess that's probably where they would need to put more time if they got more time to use. But as it is, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I think overall it all works very well.
I remember you were getting a little confused with the flashbacks when they first started.
Yeah. I will say that
where that flashback start? Oh, back here.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay. Yeah, that actually...
Would it have been nice if it was like 4 years ago or something, just a little, if it put in a little caption? Because it's just like a weird fade, dissolve.
But then it's easy to kind of get lost in what's happening in the flashback and then forget, oh wait, we're supposed to go back to the future, or be thinking in the future, and this is flashback. Yeah. And maybe I just wasn't focused enough as I should have been, but I do think that was a little bit of a problem that I don't know what they could have done differently to fix that.
Yeah. Well, I think just the caption of
maybe would have been a little better signal. Yeah.
What do you think of them giving the Joker a semi-origin?
I mean, I think
it works for the story, so it's not that big of a problem.
Yeah, and it's not like it's this in-depth exploration of who he is or anything like that.
That's one of my favorite parts about the movie. The Joker's in it, but he is not the focus of the movie.
Yeah.
Until you get to the end, and he's like, who they're fighting with the big conflict at the end. But for the most part, they
just a little hint. It's just kind of like, okay, he was a gangster.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's fine, I guess. Like, I don't...
Especially after the '89 movie. Yeah. Where they're just like, yeah, he killed Bruce's parents.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, I don't mind that at all. I think that's fine.
Yeah. Do we really have a whole lot more to say about it?
Not really. I think it's a pretty solid movie. I think there's not much to dislike about it. I think it's a good thing for any Batman fan to watch. I
remember there was an Ebert and Roper review where they were talking about the movie. I think it was Ebert and Roper. I could be wrong. But I know it was Roger Ebert and somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh. Siskel and Ebert. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Gene Siskel, of course. But after the movie had come out, I believe on VHS, and they were talking about it because they were like, yeah, we totally missed this. We didn't even realize this came out. And this is better than both Burton movies.
It sounds alright, yeah. I agree. And Schumacher, obviously.
Well, yeah. I mean, even without much we like Batman Forever, it's still far superior to that.
We like Batman Forever because it's all we've got to work with in the first four.
This is the most in-depth, rich Batman stuff that was happening in the 90s, I think.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, animation. Not including the comics, because you got Nightfall, you got
obviously,
other stuff.
Yeah.
But
we're talking about...
But in terms of, like, Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah. I think that's about all we've got to say for it.
Yeah. So what's the next one? Is it Sub-Zero? I believe it's...
That sounds right. Wait, okay. Pull that up really quick.
We never have our information
This
ready.
is true.
Sometimes we have the grades if it's...
if you're a lucky viewer, catch one of those few videos where we actually try. Yes, it is Sub-Zero.
Okay, which is...
And that'll be 2 weeks from now. We'll be doing another settle for the bronze in between these two, just to clarify what's going on there.
Avatar, alright!
We'll be doing Avatar.
But, yeah, Sub-Zero, that'll be interesting. It's not nearly as good as this. But, yeah. Alright, everybody, thanks for watching, and hopefully you can go back and watch Mask of the Phantasm and really enjoy it as much as we did.
Yeah.
Mostly you watched it for the first time.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks for our Sub-Zero review. Thanks for watching.
Feels more straightforward and less flashy than a lot of comic book movies, where like they try and like rely heavy on like CGI and stuff like that and make it big and spectacular. Where it feels this one feels like it's content to just make a story about Batman without having to like freak out and do all this crazy stuff with it.
Yeah, it knows what it needs to accomplish.
Yeah.
I'd probably go with a B+.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the best origin story for Batman other than Batman Begins.
It's pretty cool.
Which this one actually got a theatrical release, but nobody saw it. It bombed horribly.
Oh. Ow. Yeah, I mean, there's things problems that I have that I'll get into, I guess. But overall, I like that it's just a very simple, straightforward story rather than like. And the fact that it's animated means they don't feel like they need, and the animated has been around for forever, and they know that with animation you can do pretty much anything that you can draw.
Yeah.
So and this is going to be an alternating series with Settle for the Bronze. Yeah. It's going to be another bi-monthly series where and we'll do some little changes every now and then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so we're starting off with the first one, which is Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Now let's go ahead and say Tyler here has no experience with any of these movies. I have some experience. I probably watched maybe about half of them. There's almost 30 of them, I believe, in total. I probably watched about half of them. You have not seen any of them, correct?
Hello, operator. I believe my party's been disconnected.
Hey guys, this is Alex.
And Tyler.
And we're coming to you guys with another review series, different from everything else.
Yeah.
Specifically focusing on the DC Comics animated movies.
Yeah.
This isn't specifically the ones that they started with Superman Doomsday and onward. We're doing all of them.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, so...
Except for, obviously, Mask of the Phantasm, which we just watched.
Yeah. So, just to let you guys know our experience with that. What'd you think?
I enjoyed it. That was good.
Well, good. What letter grade would you give it?
Probably a B.
Okay. Oh, just to say, we are not going to give the grades for each movie.
Yeah, like the ratings, Rotten Tomatoes, and all that.
Yeah. Just because it might be harder to find those scores, I'm not sure. But with some of the animated movies, they probably don't have a whole lot of like critical scores, especially when they're straight to DVD.